Hey, Papi. Sorry I'm not dressed yet, but I'm gonna read a book to you. It's called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's actually a really funny book. By Judith Byerst, I think. And illustrated by Ray Cruz.
Hi, Papi.
And here on the side. Okay, here it is. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Probably really hard to see, but yeah. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. And Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window, too. I said I was being squunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I am going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of an invisible castle. Out of the way. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And also, this is Lisa's favorite book, and he said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's how it is. I hope this is funny for you. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off. Isn't that funny? Oh, by the way, I got this, I got these backgrounds for Christmas. They're really cool. Alright, did I just do that? Okay. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds in his Hershey bar with almonds. And Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Just a minute, sorry. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week, and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. In this background, by the way, is the dog. You probably can't see it, though. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And while we were waiting for my mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then, when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back to the car and scolded me for being muddy and biting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. He is having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. My dad said, sorry, it was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate limas. And I hate limas. There was kissing on TV. And I hate kissing. It's okay, Harley. And by the way, this is Harley the dog. Harley. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain. And I had to wear my railroad pajamas. I hate my railroad pajamas. I went to bed. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep. And the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out. And I bit my tongue. That is, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Show him the picture.
My mom says some days are like that. See? See, I think this is Nick, and
No, it's the other way.
that's it.
Maybe that's Nick.
Where's the, oh, and here is the Mickey Mouse nightlight that burned out.
And she's
My
sitting
mom
in here.
says some days are like that.
I hope you enjoyed it, Papi. See you. I love you, Papi. Bye.
It's really